So I'm here to tell you about my company, Statusphere, and it is a platform that connects micro-influencers with brands in a cost-efficient manner. So now, before I get too far into it, I want to talk a little bit more about influencer marketing as a whole. So influencer marketing is actually slated to become a $5 to $10 billion industry in the next 5 years. And that's why I wanted to talk about it a little more, because it's something that a lot of people don't even realize is happening and growing so quickly. So one of my favorite stats right here, 92% of people trust recommendations from individuals, even if they don't know them, over brands. So as a brand, why would you post something when you could give it to an influencer to post about it, and there's a 92% chance that they're going to believe that better and more? It just doesn't make sense. So now, when I talk about influencers, this is a lot of times the first thing people think of. They think of people like Kim Kardashian and other celebrities that have millions of followers. They get paid crazy amounts of money. I know she gets paid over $50,000 for one tweet. I think now she's probably in six figures for her Instagram posts. So, which that sounds very nice. But she's not the only one out there. There's tons of other people. So there's, might be Julie from college who posts awesome outfits all the time, and she has super cute shoes, and you end up buying them because you see her post about it. Or, Jane from work, and she's always showing you the best spots to eat. And you end up making these buying decisions based on these influencers, not based on people like Kim Kardashian. You end up making them based on these micro-influencers is what they're called. And a micro-influencer is someone with under 10,000 followers. And it's not just me saying this, it's proven that they have 4 times the engagement rate of people that have over 100,000 followers. So why wouldn't you get a bunch of these people together and pay them instead of working with something like Kim Kardashian? You're going to get 4 times the engagement. So on the flip side, how do I know so much about influencer marketing? I'm actually considered by some brands a micro-influencer myself, and I've been paid by brands like Hershey's, Oreo, Coca-Cola, various other brands to post about their products on my Instagram. And this is my Instagram. You can check it out if you'd like. And it was fun and it was cool, but I felt like it was still really hard to reach out to these brands as an influencer and connect with them. I knew I had value to give, but it wasn't that easy to connect with them. And I'd see firsthand the value I bring. Like this picture of my shoes right there, I know several people who bought those shoes because I posted that. They messaged me and told me. So on the other side, I also worked at an agency for the past 5 years. They're awesome, Greenhouse Agency, shout out to Greenhouse. So I worked at an agency for 5 years, and one of my roles there was to manage the influencer marketing outreach. Now, I was kind of like thrown into it, gonna go at it, I had the background as an influencer, I knew how to do this, so I started reaching out to all these influencers on the behalf of our brands. Now, it was crazy how hard it was. I thought it was gonna be way easier. It took so much time, back and forth, half of them don't answer you, half of them go on vacation, then you're like, where did they go? I don't know, they didn't post about my products. So it just was like really not a cost-effective way to go about it. So next, I was like, okay, there's some platforms out there. There's some really great platforms that people have invested money in. So there's one, or we've tried several, but we ended up investing in one, and they on average are about $2,000 a month. So, and you have to sign an annual contract, so that's fun. $24,000 that you have to pay for these platforms, and they're more like a CMS. They don't do the work for you. You still need someone like me to sit there and message all the influencers. So it's like, that's just ridiculous. But so lastly, we're like, let's go to some of these agencies that kind of handle the full thing start to finish. Let's get a proposal from them. So go to them. Unfortunately, most of their minimums at these agencies are around $25,000, and our clients may only have a $10,000 to $15,000 budget. So $10,000 to $15,000 budget seems like you should be able to do something with that, and there wasn't really a solution. So that's why I created Statusphere, an easy way to connect brands with these micro-influencers in a cost-effective way. So how does it work? So I have influencers, and they apply to be in the network. And they have to meet strict standards to be in the network. I have about 40 data points that I have on each influencer that applies. And if they meet the strict engagement requirements that I've set up, then I accept them into the network. They receive a list of products each month to choose from. So these are some real products that have been featured in Statusphere. They choose which products they want in exchange for the required actions. Now, these required actions are whatever the brand wants. It can be an Instagram post, a Snapchat, it could be both, depending on what the brand wants. And if they agree to that, they check the box saying that they agree to do it for the required actions. I package it up in a pretty little Statusphere box that you might have seen out there, and they post about it. So these are some of my real influencer posts, and you notice I only pick influencers that also have great photography skills because that's important so the brands can reuse the photos in their marketing assets. And these influencers love them, and I actually find that they go above and beyond the required post if they like the product, so it's even more added benefit. So how do I make money? The brands pay per influencer that posts about their product. So if they want to reach 10, they pay for those 10 influencers, so that's how it works. So if only 9 claim the product, they only pay for the 9. So they're getting a guaranteed influencer post when they pay me. So I'm not charging them without giving them nothing. I handle the shipping and handling. I also include a brand story in the box, which I feel is actually like a secret sauce there because it makes the influencer really connect with the brand, and that's what makes them want to post more about it and go above and beyond the required actions. So the last thing, which is kind of my marketing geek, is the right to use the photos in their other marketing efforts. So that, I think, is really cool because studies show that user-generated content photos actually perform 50% better than professional photography, go figure, especially on social media ads. So that's another added benefit on top of the exposure they're getting. So the competitive landscape. You'll notice from left to right, left is the celebrity influencer focus, and then all the way over to micro-influencer focus, and then the affordability. So you can see that Statusphere lies in the most affordable micro-influencer focus category. So my go-to-market strategy, right now I'm going after fashion, lifestyle. I'm testing some food brands as well, and accessory brands, and that's because these brands already understand the importance of influencer marketing, and they already have budget set aside for it. So that's the kind of the low-hanging fruit I'm going after first. But I think I can reproduce this in different verticals. And I'm reaching out to these brands on LinkedIn and going to different trade shows. For the influencers, I'm reaching out to them on Instagram and Twitter right now to get them to sign up and apply. And in the last 3 months, I already have over 400 influencers that have applied to the network. So thank you. And that was with pretty much no marketing. They just like to talk to each other. So that's a really good market to have. So kind of just to go back to show you that influencer marketing isn't going anywhere, 52% of marketers had a standalone budget for sponsored social in 2016. And of those, over half want to increase it next year. Now, like I said, I have these 400 influencers. I'm accepting them into my network slowly. Not all of them. They have to meet my requirements. Into my network, but right now I'm looking to ask you guys if you know any brands or you have a brand that you think would be a good fit and would like some influencers posting about them to get some buzz about them, please email me. You can also, there's brand applications on my website, and there's also, if you're an influencer, a micro-influencer and want to apply, go to joinstatus.com. You can apply there. Well, I'm on all the social networks, so you can find me there. It's @joinstatus on every social network except for Instagram. It's Statusphere. So thank you all. I hope you had a great night. And I hope I didn't talk too fast. So.